Welcome back to the Coin Lover and Treasure Hunter. Today, we're going to talk about Washington $quarter coins that could be worth big money, especially the 1980D and 1981D quarters from the United States of America. These coins may look ordinary, but don't let that fool you. Some rare examples can be extremely valuable to collectors, so make sure you watch until the end because you might have one of these valuable quarters in your collection or even in your pocket right now. Let's get started. The 1980D Washington quarter shows the left-facing portrait of George Washington based on a sculpture by Jean-Antoine Houdon, and around the portrait you will see the words Liberty and the date 1980 along with the motto "In God We Trust," and the D mint mark is located on the obverse near the ribbon of Washington hair, and this small letter is very important because it tells collectors where the coin was made, and Denver produced a very large number of these quarters during that year, which means availability today is high-end because the design stayed mostly unchanged for many decades. Collectors often study small details such as strike quality, wear patterns, and surface texture to better understand condition and originality. On the reverse side of the coin, you will find the eagle with spread wings, standing on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath it, and above the eagle is the phrase United States of America, and below is $quarter, and this reverse design symbolized strength and peace at the same time, which was a common theme in American coinage, and by 1980 this design had already been in use for decades, which means the coin does not stand out as unique in design, but it stands out as part of a long-running tradition, and many collectors appreciate the consistency because it allows easy comparison across years and mints and helps new collectors learn how. Now, when we talk about condition, the term fine condition usually means the coin has moderate wear, but all major design elements are still visible, and on a fine Washington quarter, you can still clearly identify Washington face, hair outline, and lettering, though finer details like hair strands and feather texture on the eagle will be worn smooth, and the rim may show some flattening, but it should still be complete and readable, and this level of wear indicates the coin circulated for many years but was not abused or damaged. And fine condition coins are very common for 1980D quarters because they were widely used and saved by some people only later when they became interested in collecting. In terms of value, the 1980D Washington quarter in fine condition is generally worth only slightly more than face value, and most examples trade for around $2 to $5, depending on appeal, demand, and local market conditions. And because this coin is composed of a copper nickel-clad composition rather than silver, its intrinsic metal value is low, and collectors do not buy it for precious metal content, but rather for completing date and mint mark sets, and because millions were produced, there is no significant rarity premium attached to this. Some collectors search for rare varieties on 1980D quarters, such as off-center strikes, weak strikes, double dies, or planchet issues, but these are not common, and most fine condition examples do not show such features, and without a certified error the value remains modest. And this why education is so important for collectors, because understanding what is normal versus unusual can save time and money and prevent unrealistic expectations. And this coin is often used in educational videos and beginner guides because it demonstrates how grading affects value, and why not all old coins are automatically valuable. From a historical perspective, the 1980D quarter reflects a time of economic change in the United States of America during the late 1970s and early 1980s, when inflation, energy concerns, and shifts in manufacturing were part of everyday conversation, and this coin circulated through that environment, passing from hand to hand while major world events were unfolding. And although it may seem ordinary today, quietly witnessed decades of American life, and this sense of everyday history is one reason many collectors enjoy common coins just as much as rare ones. For content creators discussing this coin, it is important to explain clearly that this is a common issue and that its value is stable but limited, and viewers should be encouraged to collect for enjoyment, learning, and historical appreciation, rather than quick profit and showing close-up images of wear. Areas such as Washington, cheek jawline, and the eagle breast can help viewers understand grading, and by using the 1980D quarter as an example, creators can teach viewers how to evaluate coins they already have in their pockets, which builds trust and long-term interest in the subscription detail. For a channel focusing on coins like this can include encouraging viewers to subscribe for weekly coin education videos, beginner-friendly explanations, market updates and grading tutorials, and reminding viewers that even common coins like the 1980D Washington quarter have stories to tell and lessons to teach, can help grow an audience, and consistent long-form educational content builds credibility over time and helps viewers feel confident in their collecting journey. And channels that focus on honesty, clarity, and education tend to retain subscribers longer. In conclusion, the 1980D Washington quarter dollar in fine condition is a common but meaningful coin from the United States of America, with modest monetary value but strong educational and historical value. And while it will not make anyone rich, it can serve as a foundation for learning about grading, mint mark circulation history, and realistic coin values. And by understanding coins like this, collectors develop better judgment, patience, and appreciation for the hobby. And that is why even a simple quarter can deserve a very long, detailed discussion and a place in any coin collection and any educational channel focused on numismatics. Next up, the Washington quarter begins in the early 20th century, when it was first issued to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over time, the design became permanent and replaced earlier silver quarters with a copper nickel-clad composition. By the year 1981, the United States was experiencing economic change, inflation, and shifting metal values, which made circulating coinage an important subject for collectors and historians. The Denver Mint played a crucial role in meeting the demand for coins during this period, producing hundreds of millions of quarters each year. The D Mint mark identifies the place of origin and helps collectors understand production scale and distribution in fine condition. A 1981D American life showing honest wear from circulation rather than damage or neglect. This makes it appealing to collectors who appreciate realism and history rather than only perfection. Understanding the condition of a coin is essential when discussing value, and the fine grade is one of the most commonly encountered conditions for circulated quarters. In this grade, the Washington quarter still clearly shows Washington profile with visible hair detail, though flattened in high points. The word liberty and date remain readable and strong, while the reverse eagle retains its general shape and feather outlines, though softer than on uncirculated examples. Collectors often use grading standards established by professional organizations to describe these features, and fine condition represents a balance between affordability and detail for educational content. This explanation helps viewers learn how to look at their own coins and compare them realistically without expecting rare or high-dollar outcomes from everyday finds. When it comes to value, the 1981D Washington quarter in fine condition is generally worth close to its face value, though it may sell for a small premium depending on demand, market trends, and presentation. In most cases, collectors might pay slightly more than 25 cents, especially if the coin has even wear good color and no damage such as bends, scratches, or corrosion. Coin shops online listings and collector guides often list this coin as common but still collectible, especially for those building date and mint mark sets. Subscription style content can explain how small values add up over time and how learning about coins is more important than Immediate profit. This keeps viewer expectations realistic and encourages long-term interest. The metal composition of the 1981 quarter is a layered structure with a pure copper core and outer layers of copper nickel. This change from earlier silver coins reflects broader economic decisions made by the United States government in the mid-20th century. By 1981, this composition was standard and well-known, yet it still influences how coins were and age over decades. Fine condition examples often show a soft gray tone with hints of copper at the edges, which can be visually appealing to collectors. The durability of the clad structure allowed these quarters to survive years of circulation, making them excellent teaching tools for understanding how coins age naturally. For collectors, the appeal of the 1981 quarter often lies in completing a set rather than rarity. Many people collect Washington quarters by year and mint mark, and each coin plays a role in telling a complete story. The Denver Mint produced coins that traveled across many states, passing through countless hands and transactions. Each mark and wear pattern adds character and connects the coin to everyday American experiences. In a long script, this section can focus on storytelling, inviting viewers to imagine where the coin has been and what it has witnessed over the years. This emotional connection is a powerful way to keep audiences engaged even when discussing common coins. Subscription-based educational channels often use coins like the 1981 quarter to teach beginners because they are accessible, affordable, and easy to find. Viewers can follow along using coins from their own pockets, which creates interaction and loyalty over time. These lessons build confidence and knowledge, helping subscribers learn grading, history, storage, and market awareness. The fine condition quarter is perfect for this purpose because it shows wear clearly without being damaged, making it ideal for visual demonstrations and close-up explanations. This paragraph can emphasize community learning and slow, steady growth in the hobby. Proper storage and care are also important topics when discussing any coin, even one of modest value. A fine condition Washington quarter should be stored in a dry environment away from moisture and harsh chemicals. Simple coin holders made of safe materials can prevent further wear, and environmental damage. Cleaning is generally discouraged because it can reduce collector appeal and originality. Education-focused content can guide viewers on how to respect coins as historical objects rather than trying to make them look new. This mindset helps preserve coins for future generations and supports responsible collecting habits. Market trends for common coins like the 1981 quarter tend to be stable rather than dramatic. Values do not usually spike unless there is renewed interest in the series or changes in metal prices. However, demand from new collectors remains consistent, and educational content helps sustain that interest by explaining realistic values and historical context. Creators build trust with their audience. This paragraph can slow the pace of the video, allowing viewers to reflect on what they have learned and appreciate the quiet significance of ordinary coins. In conclusion, the Washington quarter dollar coin from 1981 with the D mint mark in fine condition is a symbol of everyday American history rather than a rare treasure. Its value lies in education, connection, and collecting enjoyment rather than high prices. A very long script like this encourages patience, curiosity, and appreciation for small details. By subscribing, viewers can continue learning about coins, history, and value one piece at a time. This final paragraph gently reinforces the purpose of the video channel, which is to share knowledge, build community, and celebrate the simple yet meaningful objects that pass through our hands every day. Thanks for watching.